Don't you all love trying to figure out how many legendary commander sculptures you're going to have at a particular date? I always did that. I always tracked it. How many could I get? Well, legendary commander sculptures are everything. Getting gold heads to max commanders is everything, especially in the new age of Rise of Kingdoms where we're getting commanders all the time. We want to know, okay, how can we make this really simple? Well, I'm a keep it simple, stupid kind of guy. And all I want to know is what is my monthly regeneration with legendary commander sculptures? So we did it. We took all the events, everything throughout the year, and we broke it down to your weekly regeneration of legendary commander sculptures. Stick around while we go through it, because we're going to tell you how many legendary commander sculptures you can get on average every single week right now. Hey everybody, it's your boy War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time, and if you love these videos, please throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like. Helps out the videos, helps out that algorithm, and if you are not subscribed, consider doing so. Does not cost you a penny. You can hit that subscribe button, and you can hit that bell. I gotta update that, by the way. We're well over 80,000 subscribers now, and we're in the middle of our video giveaways for the month of March, and I take a comment from every single video, and I give away a $10 flux. All you gotta do to enter to win is put down a comment in the comment section. You guys know me. I love getting down there and talking with you and interacting, also on Discord and that kind of thing. So all you have to do is put down a comment. You're entered to win for the next video. So from our previous video, K-Dog, this is about Hyam. The previous video I did, I'll have a card in the top. It talked about how our new Archer garrison commander is having trouble with the swarms. And K-Dog has got a really good idea. Chad, can you please test Charles Martel as primary with Hyam secondary? It might be a good garrison, lasts longer, and it has potential to kick out 80% counterattack damage if it procs his skill. They're talking about Hyam's skill, and we could maybe use that in an artifact KVK, but you don't want to mix and match Charles Martel and Hyam in any sort of regular KVK. They're two different troop type commanders. You got Charles Martel as infantry, Hyam is archers, but maybe in an artifact KVK. I might need to do that and update that. But K-Dog, you win the $10 flux, buddy. Congratulations. Hit me up on Discord and we will get you taken care of. Okay, we're talking commander sculptures here, y'all, and these things are everything. With all the new commanders we have in the game, it's just crazy that you've got to collect as many gold heads as possible. Okay, it is like life. You got speed ups, gold heads, and equipment and armaments. Those are like the four most important things in the game. And so with that, we're going to go through the different ways to do this, and we're going to go through calculating how you can get your weekly regeneration of commander sculptures in Rise of Kingdoms. Okay, and so the first thing we'll talk about is VIP. Okay, when you guys come to the game and play the game, you're going to start with your VIP. And one of the main things that you want to do is get your VIP to VIP 10. Really easy to do for the early game. And in the late game, most of your farms are VIP 10. All you got to do is play the game for a little bit and you can get that run up pretty good. Then you get into the 12th level of VIP. VIP 12, still really easy to get. You get 2 commander sculptures. Then everybody needs to strive for VIP 15. Okay, most everybody in the game, City Hall 25, that's been playing the game for over a year, you're at VIP 15. Most everybody. Okay, but we're going to calculate this based on VIP 15, all right? And it is 3 legendary commander sculptures. This is every single day. This is the best way to get your commander sculptures. You get 3 every single day, and it runs up your weekly regeneration of commander sculptures to 21. Okay, so that is the goal, and you want to be able to do that. Now, there are other ways that we can do your VIP levels and how you can maybe spend gems on those if you need to. If you're in an active alliance, then the alliance will really help with those VIP levels, but this is where you want to get to. VIP 15, we're going to assume everybody's there, and we're going to calculate this, and we're going to calculate every different way you can get these commander sculptures and what they're going to equal to every single week. Okay, so I've done that. Here it is in the corner, VIP 21. Okay, So we're there, and we're going to get 21 a week. Okay, so let's continue this count. The next thing that we're going to talk about is Ark of Osiris. Okay, Ark of Osiris comes around every other week. Now, sometimes you get into OL season where you're playing every single week, like we're doing right now. But in traditional Ark of Osiris, this is a bi-monthly situation, all right? You're going to get this every other week, and you enter the gold with your alliance. It's a 30v30 battle, or you can just do it by yourself with some friends in a 15v15 battle, different map on the silver level. Okay, when you come into the rewards, all right, these are the rewards that you get, and we talk about this all the time. It's 10 gold heads just being active. You can get 10,000 points in an Ark of Osiris pretty easy, but just being active, you can get 10 gold heads if your team wins. If your team loses, you get 5 gold heads. So basically what we did is say, okay, on average, you've got 7 gold heads every other week. If you win or lose, we're just going to take that on average of 7 gold heads every other week. Okay, and so when you calculate that, you're looking at a situation to where you want to gain, what is that, 14 gold heads every month. So 14 gold heads every month is going to get us in a situation to where we are doing 3.5 gold heads per week. Really pretty simple. I added it up here at the top. There you go. You're going to run Ark, and on a bi-monthly basis, you get 3.5 gold heads every week. Okay, and so that is another one that you want to do always. Every other week, do your Ark of Osiris. Go play with your alliance. If you're not in your main alliance, Ark of Osiris, go play in a farm with a bunch of friends. Make sure you're fighting at the golden level, and go get your 10 gold heads. Or if you lose, make sure you're getting your 5 gold heads. That's the other easy way to do this. Ark of Osiris, very, very simple. Okay, the other way that we're going to talk about this is we're going to do it with a monthly event that comes into the game. It is the Karuak ceremony. Really simple. The Karuak ceremony, you spend AP. Now you can use your regular daily regeneration. You got plenty of it because it gives you 3 or 4 days to do it, but you can spend AP and you can hit the levels of the Karuak ceremony. Now, the beauty with this is that they've lowered the amount of levels there are. I think it's 30 now, and it's much easier to get the 12 commander sculptures. You just got to grind it a little, and it works out really, really well. It comes around about once a month. Okay, so this gives you, if you're active with this gives you 3 commander sculptures every single week, okay, on average. All right, let me just put this here and we'll calculate that. You get 3 every week from the Karuak ceremony. All right, and so now we're up to, let's see, 21, and then you got 24 and a half. Now we're up to 27 and a half every week on an average basis. Okay, the Karuak ceremony, absolutely great to go play, and it works out really, really well. You got to waste, I don't want to say waste your AP, because you get some other rewards in there as well, like speed ups and some gems, but you typically can't run forts during those couple of days because you're going to use all your AP on the Karuak ceremony. Okay, and then you have an alliance Karuak ceremony at the end where you can get some extra heads. I'm not going to count those because a lot of the times you either miss the event or you just don't get lucky. Maybe you get 1 or 2 every month when this event comes out. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the events in the game. Now, there's one in particular. It comes around 3 times every year, but it's super valuable, and that is the 7K gem event. Okay, the 7K gem event is typically a seasonal event or a holiday event they put in the game. You can get 35 commander sculptures from this event. All right, this event comes around once, probably every 4 months. I think I counted last year in 2025, it came around 3 times annually. Okay, so when you calculate that, that's like a whole lot of gems if you think about this, because all you got to do is spend 7,000 gems. You get those gems back with the levels that you do. But if you do this all the way, okay, you're going to get 105 gold heads if it happens 3 times in the year. Well, 105 gold heads divided by 52, which as far as the weeks go, is going to give you about 2 every week. Okay, so that's if you play this event, and you're going to get 2 every single week on average during the entire year. So let's put that down here and have this set up as well. So now we get 2 per week if we count the 7K gym event. You're always going to want to do that event, and you're never going to want to miss that, okay? Then about 6 times annually, all right, we have our seasonal events, all right? This is not the 7K gym event. This is generally, they do it during Thanksgiving, Chinese New Year, springtime, summertime. They do all these different events throughout the year in Rise of Kingdoms. And when they do these, you're going to get this about every other month, okay, with a new event that comes out into the game every other month. And generally you get anywhere from 10 to 15 commander sculptures, gold heads through these different events. Now you're either donating to build something, or you're doing different events in the game, and you can exchange that currency. And I put that average of 6 times annually, so it happens every other month, but you're able to get up to 20 gold heads when you do that. Well, you divide 20 by the 8 months that you have in there, and you're in a situation that you're gonna be able to get 2.5 gold heads per week. Okay, it makes it really simple. So when you do these events, you're going to run 2.5 gold heads, and that's how that's going to work on the holiday events, or the seasonal events is what we'll call it. Okay, so now on average, you're getting 2.5 gold heads every single week. All right, so let me take that down. The next thing that we'll go into, and this is very important. All right, this happens about every other month, about I think every 6 to 8 weeks. All right, is a More Than Gems event. Okay, now when we were talking about the VIP levels, that a lot of people will save their gems, and they'll gem the VIP to get to different levels of VIP. Now you can gem VIP up here, and when you gem it, okay, you can spend those gems during the More Than Gems event. And that's why it's always super important to get to VIP 15. It's the best way to get your legendary commander sculpture regeneration. But when it comes to the More Than Gems event, I always recommend players to at least spend to that 7,000 gem level, okay? And so if you're able to get this like every 8 weeks, this refreshes. It's a 2-day event. It refreshes every day. So you can spend 7,000 gems, get 5 gold heads. Then you can spend 7,000 gems again, get 5 gold heads. Okay, that's 10 gold heads that you're able to get once every really 8 weeks. We'll just call that. So it's going to be if you average it out, only spending 14,000 gems, getting 10 gold heads, really, really good. If you average that out, you're going to be able to get the weekly output for More Than Gems, all right, is going to be 1.25 gold heads per week. Pretty simple when you do that. Okay, so that gives us an idea there as we tally all this up on a weekly basis. We're going to make this real simple. All right, and in addition to that, we've got More Than Gems, and now we get into some of these other things, like we have Silk Road. Silk Road is like the easiest. It's an alliance event. You don't want to miss it. All you've got to do is participate, and if you do every one of the Silk Roads and the challenges with your alliance, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, and they run this every single month. This is an event that comes in your alliance every month. Well, you get 6 gold heads, okay? You get 6 gold heads by doing this every single month with your alliance, all right? And so with that, if you calculate that out with 6 gold heads and you're able to get that on a monthly basis, that's gonna give you 1.5 gold heads per week, okay? Really pretty simple. Now you can see how we're racking this thing up, and you guys understand the gold head regeneration, okay? And in addition to that, with Silk Road, we also have something called the RCF rebuild. Now this is something that's very important, because when you do an RCF rebuild, let me go to an RCF here. I think I've got one pinned. Let me see. I'm not in KVK now, but when you do an RCF rebuild, you're able to donate. And when you donate your commander sculptures, or your green commanders, or your blue commander sculptures that you've collected, you can easily get the currency to do the event to where you trade in, and you can get 20 gold heads. Very important. Now, if you go into KVK on average every 4 months, all right, you can trade in your currency that you have for up to 20 gold heads, and you can do that about every 4 months. If you go into KVK every 4 months, that's something that is gonna be there every single time, and you can bank on it. And if you calculate those 20 gold heads out every 4 months, that comes into a weekly generation, okay, of 1.25. Okay. And I know it sounds tedious, like, okay, Chadsky, you're talking about 20 gold heads, and that's something that comes around every 4 months. But if you break this thing down, this gives you an idea of what you want to do with your gold heads and say, okay, during a 6-month period, all these different events, I stay active and I run more than gyms. I do all these different things. This is the weekly that you're going to get. And then from there, you can calculate out how many weeks that you need to get however many commander sculptures that you want. Okay. And lastly, we're going to talk about Champions of Olympia. Now, I don't have that popped up ready to go right here. So let me pull this up here. This is our Champions of Olympia. This comes around every single week. It's tedious. You can do this in balance mode. You can do this as a team up mode, but this is an easy way with Champions of Olympia. Do we even have it over here? I think we had, there it is. This is an easy way, as this season just ended. There's an easy way to go do this event, and you get 2 gold heads every single week. It's that simple. And if you calculate it out and you get 2 gold heads every single week, all right, it's actually one of the better ways to get gold heads all the time, every week, compared to some of the other events that we do that you put in the game. And so from there, you're able to add those 2 gold heads for Champions of Olympia. Okay, so just taking this, okay, this doesn't account some of the other events that happen. You've got Alliance Mobilization you can get commander sculptures of specific commanders from. You've got Desert Tracks, which comes around, I think, for the anniversary event. You've got all kinds of different events that come into the game. You've got Wheel of Fortune, where you can collect tickets. I've got all kinds of information on that when it comes to gathering tickets for commanders that come into the game. Because, guys, listen, these commanders are everything. Okay, and you want to have enough commanders. Like Alp Arslan just came into the game. This is on my second account. I don't have him maxed, okay? But I went and spent, and I'm going to wait to see kind of how he produces in the field. And when he produces, then we're going to get an idea if I want to go max him. But I got to have the commander sculptures to max him. Okay, and that's why it's so important when we're running this thing up. Where is my Alp Arslan? Did I go ahead and max him on this account? I don't think I did. There he is. Okay. So I got him 511, right? And I just spent the wheel, and you can also get gold heads in the wheel and other things like that when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune event that comes every other week. So let's calculate all this out. What does this all mean here? Well, if you calculate it all out, this is what it gives us per week. Then this is what really matters. This is all that matters, really. And it puts us at a total of 38.5 commander sculptures every single week. Every week you can count on that. Chadsky, okay, I need, how many weeks is it going to take me to get to 500 gold heads so I have enough heads to max a commander when he comes out? You know, I can spin the wheel and then I can run that up. Well, if you calculate that out, it's going to take you 13 weeks. Okay, so you're like, okay, to collect 500 gold heads is going to take me 13 weeks. I'm doing all these different events, and on average, this is what's going to happen. I'm including the holiday events that are 6 times annually. That's the seasonal events. The 7K gym events, that comes around 3 times annually. I got more than gyms that comes around really every other month. I've got Silk Road that comes around once a month. Karuak ceremony once a month. I've got my Ark every other week. If I get into KVK, I'm going to do the RCF rebuild and get those gold heads there. And I'm going to do Champions of Olympia. Champions of Olympia is easy. It's tedious, but it happens on the weekend. You got typically more time. You can go spend 20 or 30 minutes, go get 2 gold heads. Pretty simple. Getting to 38.5 gold heads every week. Okay, that's a VIP 15, and that's your regular regeneration of gold heads. Whew. Hope that was able to help everybody out a little bit. So you understand anywhere from 30 to 40 gold heads every week is what you're going to get on your regeneration every single week, just depending on what events that are coming out. But if you take it out over the aggregate over the year, that's what you're going to see, about 38 and a half. Now you're going to have more opportunities to get gold heads from other events that happen, things that we're not calculating for here that are sporadic. You've also got your Crusader achievements in KVK that give some gold heads. You've also got other little events that give gold heads as well. But this is something you can count on. This is something you can see and count on that you're going to get throughout the year, and then you calculate the gold heads per week. I always loved it bi-weekly. I wanted to know by every single week how many gold heads I'm going to be able to get, what it's going to take to max commanders, and you can roughly estimate that out. If you do 38, okay, if you do 38.5 gold heads just from these events and everything, and you aggregate it out to the course of a year, that's about 2,000 gold heads you can get in the course of a year. So if you enjoyed this video, throw a like on here, really helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to write a comment down below, be automatically entered to win that $10 flux, okay, that I give away every single video for the month of May. I did it for April too. I've given away so much with that. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't. And with that, man, we hope you have a great day, broskies.